Welcome back to Profiles. I'm Mandy Wetstein. Anyone can call themselves a decorator, but to be an interior designer requires 6 years of studies, licenses, insurance, and continuing education. Impressive credentials for Leah Connor, one of only 20 licensed interior designers in Lake County. From a very early age, Leah took over her family's living room area with poster board replicas of downtown Jacksonville. Her love for design continued throughout her childhood, from decorating her bedroom door to the windows of her family's bike shop.
I've been doing this for over 20 years, and when I went to college, I actually went into fashion merchandising, my other love, and realized quickly that my true love was interior design. Since there aren't a lot of people that actually know the difference between a decorator and interior designer, I find that my clients tend to be pleasantly surprised to learn that I know how to read plans, and I can make suggestions on changing your plans that will make your floor plan better for everyday living. In addition to being an interior designer, I'm a project manager. I manage the project from beginning to end. When a client hires me, they learn very quickly that they can trust that the job is going to get done. My favorite projects are those in which I get to literally do everything. I pick out everything from the light switches to the doormats to the garbage cans to the trim details and the railings. I'm constantly thinking about whatever projects I have going on. One thing that I think my clients don't know, even when I'm done with a project, is how much time I've spent thinking about every single detail. And I literally will wake up in the middle of the night with ideas. When I meet with a new client, I like to go talk to them, ask them questions, learn what they do in a space, how they're going to use it, how many people are going to be using it. And I'll take a lot of pictures and I'll make a lot of notes. Another thing I want to take into account is if they had ideas for what they want the space to look like. I want to take their ideas into the major part of that process, because I can make it look pretty and I can make it functional, but I also need to make it them. I'll spend the next couple of weeks gathering ideas for them, samples, sometimes meeting with suppliers and gathering some types of materials that they might need to look at. And I'll put a presentation together for them. My clients typically know very quickly if they want to go with the design. And depending on the scope of the project, the design typically can take anywhere from 2 weeks to 7 months. I'm always tickled when I go back to a job that I've done 6 months ago or 3 years ago or even sometimes 10 years ago, and I still love it and it still looks good. The client that I recently met with from 10 years ago said, "I still love everything you did for me and I wouldn't change a thing." And I love that. That's the best compliment I can have. I want somebody to know that you can keep it for 10 years, you can keep it for 20 years. If you want to be trendy, we'll do it again in 5 years. I just love that a client knows that if they spend the money and do it right, it's going to be done right with me and they'll get to use it for a long time and enjoy it for a long time.
One of her most impressive projects, Leah did the interior design for Long Island's New York mansion, formerly owned by the Heinz food family. But her most rewarding work has been designing rooms for hundreds of children in the state-funded foster facilities housed by the First Baptist Church in Leesburg. Leah's work is not limited to interiors. She has both the education and experience in historic preservation, signage, and exterior finishes.